Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi, Marla. I'm really good. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today on Angelic Realms Productions. And we're going to do our second humming session,
Yes.
Sound of Frequency. But why don't you tell me what happened after we did our first session together? What were your results? What did you feel? What did you experience? I would love to hear feedback.
Well, there's layers. There's the time during the session, and then that evening, and then the subsequent days. So the results of the work were basically lining up the chakras, and especially the lowers. I had worked with a client that had some really difficult energy that sort of got onto me, and I wasn't able to clear it all myself. And we talked about that a little bit before I came on, but the session that you did with me really cleaned me up to the point where I was able to really connect in, root down, and work successfully with other clients without being balanced and clear. So I would say that the work really activated, cleared, and aligned the chakras. And whatever wasn't in alignment, the discord that it caused just in, my everyday life. And the way that I was working, like all that was gone. But there was some emotional clearing as well, and some mental clearing. So it was pretty deep. I think I was giving you some feedback over text, and I didn't look at that before I came. But I slept really deeply. I was really tired. And then after all of that energy shook out and unpacked, I felt like $1,000,000.
How long would you say that took to
Well,
shake it all out?
my case was a little difficult, especially with the sacral and the root. And I would say that maybe 2 days.
Okay. Yeah, I know you were working through some stuff.
hmm And my heart, like I had um, some energy that I was working to detach in my heart space. And that was really successful. And I haven't gone back. Like my heart felt like really bruised. And I was really looking to connect my heart and my mind together, but it's like the deep pain in my heart made
Mhm.
it really difficult to have that coherence. So I was constantly like, I have a shirt that I wore that is all pilled up because the palm of my hand was right there on my heart the whole time. But I haven't had to have my hand on my heart in since we worked together. I mean, it was really effective. It was really, really effective.
So this type of etheric surgery would benefit healthcare, or not healthcare, well, healthcare providers too, but energy workers. So they are at their top level of energy clearing to help others.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It had been a while since I'd asked for help from anyone. And, I was just doing everything myself and using the practices that I know. But I did have a series of very difficult things. And, once your energy field once you're kind of weakened or penetrated a little bit is a good word. It just allows for more, and then it just takes more and more power just to get to square one. And the frequencies that I can reach after your session were really good. Almost
Love that.
but yeah, it felt really good.
I'm
So
so happy to hear that because this is how I need this feedback. Knowing this works on someone who is an energy worker themselves, this should be shared
oh
because
yeah.
because I'm not aware at the level that the frequencies I'm hitting. So this is information that I know where I can who I can provide this with. I mean, I know it works for everybody, but I'm glad it reaches at this level. Somebody who's so knowledgeable. You're so knowledgeable in energy fields and what is going around. So you knew what was attacking you, what was trying to attack you.
Right. It was trying to get in.
Do you want to
It was.
share with the viewers what you experienced with that? What you
Well, there are spirits out there that they're very high dimensional, that are very dark, and they're very powerful, and they can shift themselves into any frequency, or any anything that I worked with the imposter energy that was a shapeshifter, that it took 3 people to get this energy out of this person's field, and I was working with her before I figured it out. And there's such thing as false light appearing to be light, and the imposter energy that was coming through was something that I was familiar with, and had worked with before, and it was acting that same way. So it knew how to act and how to be, and it works by coming in to your it finds a weakness, and then it attaches to the tailbone, the root, and then it begins to sort of intertwine. It activates the spine. It's really just trying to take over, right? And so it's going to go all the way up to the brain stem, and then begin to affect the way that you think and feel. And then once it gets a hold of all the chakras and stuff, I mean, you're there. And my client wasn't quite there. We were figuring it out. And it was maybe after that session when I realized I was doing a visualization exercise, and I noticed that I couldn't hit the high frequencies. And I noticed that when in this visualization, some really dark thoughts came in. I thought, wait, where did that come from? And how come I can't see the same frequencies? How come I can't see the same colors? What's going on? And then I realized that my energy was influenced too, and I couldn't repair my field, and I couldn't. It's like I needed help. And it was so funny because you had said, "Hey, let me do this work with you," and it was just divine timing.
No, go ahead, keep going.
So yeah, you really did the work that was needed, and you did it intuitively. And you didn't know, like when you got into the root, you didn't know what you were coming across. And actually at that time, I'm not sure that I knew that there was that much in there. I thought it was just the fear, or the residual. Like I didn't know like how bad it was. And
Wow.
you just like your humming sounds like a drill or a chainsaw, and just like a polisher and whatever it needs to be. I picture hand tools. You were just hand tooling all that, and then I was able to ground and bring the frequencies back into my field after
When
that
I do
session. So that was
this,
amazing.
when
So
I
any healer.
when I do this, I get distractions all the time. They try to distract me while I'm healing. They put other people's thoughts in me. They put different feelings, and I say, nope, I can put a block up. But they do that because they don't want me to heal you guys, and they're not succeeding. So they're giving up. I feel they're like, okay, we're gonna move on. I won't, because they're not allowed to penetrate me. I refuse it. I will not allow to be contaminated. I just call it contamination. They're
Yeah,
not allowed to.
and that's really good. If you, whenever you entertain other thoughts, like when you're doing this work, it's just stuff from the outside. You have to, very good, very good. You just have to stay in your, I call it the mind portal. There's outside energies trying to come in through the mind portal. And it's funny because it could come in through the electronics, through the cell phone towers. It comes from everywhere. It's just it's in the ether.
This
Because of
is
all the
why
radiation.
I still do traditional saging. And so I'm going to go ahead and sage before we do humming. But you can continue to talk. But I would like the viewers to know where we is that we're all going back to our original places, our original strands. So the negatives get a chance to heal too. If they don't, they're done. But so when I clean energy fields in a traditional way with white sage, I do tell them to leave on. So all negative entities and energy fields around Leanne and myself, in our phones, in our computers, in our cars, around our loved ones and our pets, all have to leave. It is time to be set free. You have been stuck on this realm way too long, hopping around in energies, not knowing what you're doing. It is time to be with your family. They love and they miss you, and you are set free. You are free from this realm. You are free to go and enjoy the next level of your existence, which is love. With love, kindness, and compassion, you are free. And then I set my intentions. And I'm setting my intention for today to full of enlightenment and healing for Leanne. With much love, and so it is.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm kind of just saying how.
You give a lot of words. I'm just like, get the heck out.
Yeah, basically, this
I
is
don't
how
care
we're
where you
supposed
go.
to be. Get out and go be with your family. They were tricked and deceived, just like how we are on this realm. We have been tricked and we have been deceived, and now we're going back and we're healing all of our unconscious minds and bodies. We're all in, because I believe in the law of one, and with the law of one, it's all about oneness with God consciousness source. So I just, if we were them, we have been them. So we heal, and we're moving on up. So, okay, but getting back to clearing your energy, because that's what we're going to do next, is we're going to do some humming. I'm not going to do all your chakras on this video, but we will do it afterwards. Because it gets to be really long. And unfortunately, I don't have the sound equipment that's $1 million to hold the capacity of the frequency that I hum at, that you can actually hear. So I will do the best I can, but it's not really. It's coming. It's my frequency is adjusting to Leanne's frequency. So I'm not humming my own. It's coming from, I just say it's my higher self, my inner self, my guided self of my own. Because I'm not a channeler. I'm not a psychic. So this is where I go inner self.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, because I can only trust me. I trust my own energy field. And if you're here with me doing this, anybody who makes an appointment with me, they're allowing me in their energy field, which energy fields are very, very, very sacred. And you should own it as it is sacred. And it is a serious thing, because look what happened to your client. And it took 3 people to clear their energy field. And then on top of that, they have to learn to protect it.
I will say that my client got that entity attachment from a very high dose of mushrooms. So it came in during a psychedelic experience, and she did go overboard with it. So
Wow,
just a word to the wise.
that is so crazy you said that, because get this. I don't know if you just saw my most recent post on Facebook. It's these gigantic puffball mushrooms.
I did
And
see that.
they're really, really good. Well, I ate a ton of that last night, and I had the worst stomachache. And I did energy protection to get things moving. I laid on my mat. I did my hands. You remember that I sent you pictures and what to do with the hand positionings, because different hands, each hand has a different energy flow, and how to have your hands appropriately. I think I did that to you. Then I'll send it to you. It's a must. I did that on myself on my mat and I felt so much better. I don't know what the deal is. And mine weren't psychedelic.
Hmm.
I didn't get high off of it. I just got a tummy ache, kind of was eating too many fungus. But I think people can overdo it
Oh yeah.
with
Yeah.
psychedelics and regular mushrooms.
Even mushrooms for immune stimulation. Well,
Okay.
actually, I don't know if you can really overdose on those, like reishi, astragalus.
I don't know, but I had a stomach ache and I could handle, and I use olive oil. I can use, my body can handle high doses of butter and olive oil because I've used it plenty of times, right? But I think it was, I don't know. And I cleaned it before. Anyways, that's a whole nother video on mushrooms, right? But psychedelics, you have to be careful with these things. They open portals, don't they?
Right. They put you in different states of consciousness.
And consciousness has different levels of dimensions.
That's what dimensions are, different levels of consciousness and resonance.
So
So
when
yeah, she left herself unprotected.
so if people do shrooms, let's just throw this out there for people that enjoy doing psychedelics. Energy protection before doing it, energy protection coming out, energy clearing afterwards. Those things might be something, but if you're pulling something in while you're on a psychedelic and then you come back to this level, this realm, don't you think there should be some clean, if she had cleansed herself afterwards, would that have been, something that could have been preventative? Is there
Possibly.
protection and preventative before doing any kind of psychedelic? That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I mean, having a clear intention, calling in your guides and your protection team, and calling in protection, and then protecting yourself with a clear intention, and really kind of work up to the level. Like she had gone from, like, I don't know what a normal level is. Just I'm really sensitive to anything that affects the way that my brain works and the way that I interpret information. So I'm real, like, I tiptoe and then get a little bit more and then get a little bit more, and I like just a little bit. So establish a relationship with the medicine that you're using. Use it like medicine. And if
Mhm.
you want to go to those higher doses, have your relationship established and work yourself up. And because I mean, she was hallucinating and things like that too. So she didn't know what was real. She thought her apartment was on fire. I
That could
mean,
be very scary. Microdosing, you don't
no.
hallucinate.
Mm-mm.
And that's what you were talking about doing real small is microdosing, which they are finding effects of microdosing, helping brain to heal the brain.
Mm-hmm. And you can find yourself and then you can go into deeper states, but it's always really good to know like where you're going to be, set your playlist, or even record some questions to ask yourself. Just have a really clear intention of what you're doing, and even have someone with you that
Oh,
is,
right.
yeah,
So
on
it's
a lesser dose or no
having a
dose at all.
plan. That if you're going to be doing this, have a plan. Don't be free willy, it's a serious drug. I know people will say plant medicine, but when you're doing psychedelics, you're now into drug. That is a drug. If it's mind altering, do you consider it a drug?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a drug.
So we can heal ourselves. We don't even need anything technically speaking. We can heal ourselves, and that is actually what I'm studying is the Kathara it's biospiritual healing.
Nice.
So that is what I'm studying, what I do, what I'm in my reading groups is that's what we're getting into those chapters of learning about healing. And part of that is our Merkaba field. And that Merkaba, that is just that key. It's how we're going to create that Merkaba field. And talking about tricksters, there are tricksters that teach you the wrong mechanics of how the spin cycle is for the Merkaba. The Merkaba, yeah, so we don't have to go all, explaining it in this video, and I can always do another video on it, but the Merkaba fields are, a triangle up and a triangle down that forms into a Star of David. And the star that is up, that is the male, and the spin rotation cycle for this triangle goes clockwise, and that is the electric field. And the downward one, that's the female, and it goes counterclockwise, and that's magnetic. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
So those two that I can't even form it with my hands, and then they spin. So one spins clockwise, one's counterclockwise, and that energy field creates a Merkaba, and it's a 6-star. So then the trickster is, the Metatronic star. So that's just, I just wanted to do a real basic of the Merkaba right there, the basic 6, because there's also a two, which would be 12 points. And so because we've talked about interdimensional, I just wanted to talk about healing in that Merkaba field just for 2 minutes there. So anyways, what are you feeling now? Are there specific areas that you're feeling that you need work on that we can do today?
I would say, let's start with the crown.
Okay.
And go with your intuition after that.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Because a lot of this it's intuitive and yeah. Okay. My dog is licking. Can you hear that noise?
Yeah, I was wondering if it was in my office or if it's in yours.
My dog licking his paw. All right. Okay. So I wanted to show the viewers, I have my crystals, and this is selenite. I have my crystals on my selenite. I have 3 crystals that I work with. And when they're on the selenite, they're cleansed. So I take them on and off of my selenite and cleanse, and then we work with the crystals. So crystals have a consciousness. So there's 3 different sizes, and I'm going to use for your crown chakra, I'm going to use my large crystal. And so I do some breath work before, and I'm in gratitude for this. Whatever is given to me, I am in full gratitude. Thank you. And so when I do this, I picture my hands on top of Leanne's head. I do a visual. I put that thought out there, and my heart is pulling it in and creates this event too. So this is why it works over the internet, because I create an event through my thought, which is electrical, and my heart is the magnet.
My heart feels your heart.
Oh, we are so connected. We know that. We're very connected, and you're such beautiful energy, Leanne, such beautiful energy. Your clients are so blessed to have your energy around them, really.
Oh, thank you.
You're high up there, girl. So it's always an honor to work with you.
Thank you. Same.
Mm. 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 Mm.
My heart feels your heart.
Oh, we are so connected. We know that. We're very connected, and you're such Such beautiful energy, Leanne, such beautiful energy. Your clients are so blessed to have your energy around them, really.
Oh, thank you.
You're high up there, girl. So it's always an honor to work with you.
Thank you. Same.
Mm, 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 You're pristine. You are so clean. It is. Could you feel that difference? There's no like,
Yeah, it feels good.
yeah, yeah, I'm getting chills. And just looking at you, it just, I felt pristine, just clean. And it was really good. You're really good.
Oh, thank you.
You can, you worked on it. You can feel the work you've done. It's, I see it, I feel it.
Thank you.
Do you have, do you feel like you've done this work? Do you feel that you're pretty clean, like your crown is good?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Open, just
And like
very open.
I can just since you worked on me the last few minutes, I can close my eyes and I can see just little higher frequencies in the colors. So yes, you actually contributed. Thank you very much. I wanted just a
Absolutely.
little bit more oomph. Thank you.
Yeah, that crown. But I mean, just I'm like, give me something. They're like, no, she's open. It's, and I'm getting chills. So I know it's resonating. You know, it's, I still can't even believe this is. I, it just today does not this I feel like I'm in a different realm right now. I don't know if this energy between us, I feel like I just hop something. I do this with you. I feel like we hop in timelines when we talk.
Well, we do. We expand. We
I
expand
just,
so that we're so much more. And it's not we're not just here. We're more of our everythingness.
yeah, we have this oneness. And when we work together, I actually have felt many, many times shifting into a different timeline or density dimension. Honestly. Okay. So, all right, I'm going with your heart. Okay, I got the
Okay.
heart on. This is the heart, 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 heart. I got my two crystals here. Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah. So but just for the viewers, they know. Normally, I would go right to the pineal gland, which is the sixth. So the seventh is the crown. The sixth is the pineal gland. Okay, and then we've got the throat, and then we have the heart. So I'm skipping right to her heart. All right. Mm, 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 okay. All right. Your heart is really open, really, really open. There wasn't much work to do. Even I'm like, come on, let's go high. And my inner self is not pushing anything on a higher frequency. It's keeping it just a tiny bit. It went up and back down and up, and then it's good.
Thank you.
So and this is why I also suggest people, well, so you work with this and do energy fields all the time, but someone who doesn't, I do at least suggest 3 sessions at least. So this is a prime example, because now, since you do work with energy, look at the second session we're doing is really clean. It's really minimal. It's like
Right.
maintenance kind of a thing.
Right. Right. And it is important to do this work for maintenance at least once a month.
I think so too.